Or live. Hey, it's Chris, Homestead Oil. And the big questions we've been getting the last few weeks, month, was about hog breeding. Now, right off the bat, we're going to cover the first thing is there's two ways you can approach hog breeding. You can do a closed herd or an open herd. A closed herd means you don't bring any new stock in. You do heavy inbreeding. That's probably not anything I would suggest for you to try. It's a good way to set yourself up for failure. Most of the time, it don't work. You're going to have to cull heavy. It's probably just not what you need to do. It's a way to accomplish certain things, but for what we're talking about, just disregard it. It's not even an option. Okay. Next thing we need to talk about is the fact that you're not breeding. It's almost impossible to take one line of pigs and accomplish everything you're trying to accomplish. That's what gets people in trouble. You know, when you're breeding hogs, you've got to check so many different boxes. You've got to check would the boars naturally breed. Will the sows have big litters? Are they good mamas? You've got to check good carcass quality, carcass like you want. You know, on the ground pigs, we're looking for a redder pork, 1 inch back fat, different carcass than a commercial hog. Will they convert feed? Will they turn 3 pounds of feed into a pound of pork? Can you top them out in 6 months? There's too many boxes there you're trying to check. So kind of what you have to do is you have to breed and check a box off at a time. Like for the last few years, we really concentrate on carcass quality and feed conversion. Well, we got our feed conversion and carcass quality kind of exactly where we want it. So now we're working on litter size. We already had mothering ability. We were lucky. We already had mothering ability. But we didn't have our litter size right where we wanted. It won't bad, but it won't great. So now we're working on litter size. There's some other things you can work on, temperament. But you can't really do it with one line. You've got to, the way this works is you're breeding these pigs, say, for temperament. You want a good natured pig. And you're breeding these pigs over here for mothering ability and litter size. Well, then you cross them together. And you hope that you get at least some pigs that check both boxes. And that's kind of what you have to do is do it in stages. And then if there's a particular color you're looking for or whatever, you've got to kind of address that as a side note. With us, color is a side note. We tend to try to run but mostly red pigs, so we get mostly red pigs. But as far as like the list and the stockings that we're looking for, they're great, but they're not really the deciding factor. If I could choose a pig that has the color I want versus the one that doesn't, that both meet the same criteria, I'll pick the color, but it's not end all be all. And remember that when you buy pigs. Color is not that important. I know we tell you all the time you can't hardly sell a white pig, you can't hardly sell a solid black pig, and that is true. But I always remember color is a kind of a third place mark. It shouldn't be a totally deciding factor on whatever you do. One thing that is nicer about pigs than other forms of livestock is the fast reproduction rate. So you can change pigs up pretty quick. If you get some genetics like you want, or cross some genetics together and maybe get what you want, you can change pigs up fast. You can take straight up, maybe not the modern show pig, but you could take the 1990s commercial hog and change him up into something that resembled an old line pig fairly quick. Few generations. If you could just get some genetics in there on one side, the boar or the sow, you could change them up pretty quick. Now we could do a video a week on genetics, what to breed, what you're looking for. And I don't know if we'd ever really answer everybody's question. But what we have the best luck doing here is once you get, some of your other things straightened out, we have the best luck breeding kind of heavier sows, more guardy sows, more guard type sows to bacon type boars tends to give us the best offspring as far as carcass quality. And we've got one here we can show you. It's handy. And something else, you know, we run about 20 sows between here and Mike's, and then we're running about 6 boars. And we do that to have the diversity, one, so I can sell people unrelated breeding stock. Because as we talked about a while ago, what you don't want to do is get a sow or get 2 gilts and a boar at the same litter and go home and start raising pigs. You are setting yourself up for failure. You can do that, but you better cross something in. You better not try to continue doing that. And I can take you around just in the neighborhood and show you 5 or 6 people that have tried to do that are not in the hog business anymore because they just blasted their genetics. I mean, they just run it. Good way to put it is a royal family tried that. You know, the line breeding, keeping the bloodline pure, and, you know, do a little quick Google search how that worked out for them. But we'll show you some of what we're doing here, and maybe it'll help you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or email me. I'll be glad to try to help you. And we're going to show you some of what we're doing now and talk about it just a little bit. And we'll let you go, but I'm going to let her turn around and show you this. Man, to cut it off and walk over there. Have you got them? I got them. All right. Can you hear me? This boar, this boar here, red listed boar, is our cross. He's our stock. And he's pretty much what we're shooting for. He's a good example. The one that's walked off out there across the pen. He's a good example of what we're looking for. The gilt in here is, she came from Rocky Ridge, and I think she's 25% our stock, and then got a little bit more of the modern bloodline mixed in with her. We're crossing these together to see what we get. I've got pretty high hopes for them. They're pretty dirty too. Well, you see where he's got her good and bred. You see the skin up spot on her back. Okay, if you'll turn around, you can see one of our American spots. Disregard the rescue goats that are taking that spot and hog them. That's very temporary till we get somewhere else to put them. This right here is a pretty good example of one of our final breeding stock crosses. Now she's 5'8", Duroc 3/8 Hampshire. Well, she's replacement stock. And that's something else too I warn you about. Go ahead and save you some gilts. That's a mistake I make a lot. We won't save gilts till it's about too late and we end up being short. But save some gilts. And I hate to say this, but don't sell the best you got. You can't keep it going if you routinely sell the best you got. Keep the absolute best you have for yourself and improve your own bloodline. Don't fall into the trap of selling it because people will pay you good for it. Keep them and you know, try to improve your own herd. Remember, you can do all this stuff. We're here to help. There's several other YouTube channels that'll help you out with it. Got good information. The only other thing I will say is something I've been trying to do. And I like to get somebody to help me do it because with my health being the way it is, I'm not sure that I can keep it going. But I would like to get a list of hog breeders. Because I have people call me, email me constantly from all over the country, want to know where they can find a good pig or this kind of pig or that kind of pig. And honestly, I probably know somebody in that state that I've talked to before, but I didn't write it down. So if you're a hog breeder and you're dealing with something similar to what we have, you know, a pig that'll grow, this, I don't know, terminology has outpaced me. I don't know what you would call them. Heritage hogs. Now, I'm not talking about cooney coons. I'm talking about something like this, heritage bred hog, the 1950s pig, 1960s pig. If you're a breeder of those, let me know. Email me, let me know. I'd like to talk to you and get your name on that list because I think it would help you and help other people. But y'all remember, you can do this. You'll never get done thinking about it. You'll never do it if you don't get up and get after it. You can't accomplish anything, without putting the work in. You'll never plow a field but turn it over in your mind. And I appreciate y'all watching. I hope it helps.